Well, welcome back to the channel. I'm Terry with Next Wave Cruising.
I'm Rich with Next Wave Cruising.
And we find ourselves on a summer day in Paris.
Oh, you told them. I was going to ask them if they could figure out where we were, because I mean, there's nothing around here that would ever give them a clue.
Look over our shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, there's that.
There's that.
And you know, the thing that's really neat about this is the hotel that we're staying at is just, the lady said a 15-minute walk. If it was a 10-minute walk, it was a lot because we were slow looking in the windows.
Oh, we were looking, and you know, so the next thing you know, wow,
we're here.
Yeah.
And we're right near the metro and the train station. And it's so easy to get around here where you can get a day pass or a weekly pass for the transit, and that means you can take buses, trains, or metros, whether you want to go see the Eiffel Tower,
pretty nice,
come up here to the Arch, find your way into the center of the city and look at other things. Really easy to get around.
So the whole week is only 16 euros, and you can use all three forms of transportation. So if you're going to be here for a few days, that's the one to go with.
That's right. And like for us, it's such a pretty day, it's actually nicer to walk. So rather than be on the train or in the metro, we just kind of went out on foot and said, hey, let's get the daylight and enjoy this. It's really a beautiful, beautiful area of the city, big tree-lined boulevard heading up to the Arch.
Right.
And I think after the Olympics, which happened not too long ago here in Paris,
pretty much, you know, wrapped up last week. So
everything is still decorated and looking ready for visitors. And so it came at a good time, I think.
Yeah, the restaurants are empty, so you know they're waiting for all new people. Yeah.
We can get a seat, but everything looks ready to celebrate Paris. So, and I guess one thing is, why are we here?
Well, why else would you come if you're Next Wave Cruising?
Oh, we might need to take a cruise.
Let's do it.
And that'll be a river cruise.
Nice.
So as we continue our journey here, we're actually going to head over later tomorrow to the docking area along the Seine River, where our Avalon Waterways river cruise ship is going to be waiting for us.
Right.
And we're going to take an itinerary that will take us up the river and out really to the western part of this area in France, out to Normandy.
Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to go up the river.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be sent up the river for about a week. But the culmination is for us out in Normandy. And this being the 80th anniversary of the invasion of Normandy, it seemed like a good year to really kind of appreciate and learn even more about what that meant and what it took to accomplish for the very, very young boys and men that were involved in that.
And we really like Avalon. We've sailed on Avalon a number of times, and we're looking forward to being back on one of their new ships.
That's right. So please stay tuned with us as we travel around Paris for a day or so and then head out on the river cruise. There's a lot to see here in France, and it's a beautiful end of summer time to be here. Very comfortable, very sunny. And we're really enjoying our adventure so far. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Well, we've already checked in for our river cruise on the Avalon Tapestry II, and now we've headed out for a walk in Paris. I think one of the things that our docking spot here on the Seine River shows us is that river cruising is such a great opportunity to make your way through a country, not just arrive to a country at its very outermost borders. We are right in the heart of Paris on the river, and as you take a look back at where we've been walking, you're going to see that the distance from our ship is not very far into the downtown area at all. We're going to take a walk and see the Eiffel Tower, which is just a few minutes away, and enjoy the other sights and sounds of visiting in Paris. Well, this has been a fun afternoon so far. One of the really nice things about being in Paris is how walkable it is.
Yeah.
Really easy to get around.
And that's the nice thing about being on a river cruise, is that you're right in the center of the city.
That's right. So we really have just walked from our river cruise ship before we really begin our cruise. One of the nice things about river cruising, a little different than an ocean cruise, is we were able to go on, check in, get our bags into our room, and then just swipe our card and check out for the afternoon and go do whatever we want to do before we need to be back for our mandatory safety drill later.
Right.
So we're taking the opportunity to take a walk, which we're not very far, from the Eiffel Tower.
You told them again.
Oh, I told them again. Well, I think they know we're in Paris. So what do you think so far? Beautiful summer day?
Yeah, like I said, this is even somebody was even saying that this was one of the nicest times of the year to come. A lot of the crowds are gone. The flowers are still out. And
summer weather, it's
summer
August.
weather
It's
is
just beautiful here.
So it's, I'm kind of liking that. And I'm liking that there's so much to be able to walk to. You don't have to get on a bus to go on a tour to get anywhere. And the public transportation is also pretty easy.
That's right. And we talked about that. Like we can take metros, we can take trains and or buses for really a transportation pass that's very, very inexpensive.
Right.
And there are lots of pathways and sidewalks to walk.
That's right.
So we struck out on foot today. We're not even going to take the train.
Right.
We're just walking because it's just too nice to miss.
Right. And you see a lot more, obviously, than being on a bus or a train.
Well, you know what I saw? I was really confused. I saw the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
So that's here too.
Must have been the prototype.
Maybe there. And there's a lot of shopping here. It's fun to look at the architecture and understand like different eras of when things were built and how the city developed. So we're sort of taking all of that in, and we'll be able to see even more tomorrow because our Avalon River cruise ship doesn't leave Paris tonight.
Right.
Night one, we stay overnight in Paris, and we have excursions tomorrow. So we're going out for an authentic Paris breakfast.
Right, and that's another nice thing too, is that on the river cruise, is that you're more likely to spend overnights and be able to really enjoy the little city or town that you're going to.
That's right. And tomorrow afternoon we have the Palace of Versailles.
Yeah.
So that's an optional excursion. I think it's about the only option we had. Everything else was included, and you had choices in the morning or the afternoon about what to do. But this was one that was a little bit extra.
Right.
And I think it's well worth it. Being this close, we definitely want to go see the palace and the grounds. The gardens are magnificent. So that'll be on deck for tomorrow. But it's really nice to see the range of activities we can do as part of our river cruise on our own and then with the ship as well.
Yeah,
so let's go get a little closer to the Eiffel Tower. Maybe we get some photos. We know it won't show well in the video, so we thought we'd stop here. But we've got a little more walking to do. We'll be back. Thanks for coming along for the ride. We'll keep in touch and we'll be back with more episodes.
Bye.
And before you go, check out the video in the upper right. There's a lot of good cruising information there for you, and I'll see you over there.